Are you an IT professional struggling to get into cybersecurity? I know how difficult it can seem. On this episode, I'm going to reveal 3 mistakes to avoid when pursuing a cybersecurity career. Hey cyber heroes, welcome back. Remember, don't be an IT guy. On this channel, you'll discover my backwards formula for creating a highly profitable career in cybersecurity. This is only for those who dare to be different and are willing to challenge the status quo. Before we get started, allow me to introduce myself to the new people. I'm Clewis, an internationally recognized cybersecurity expert, author, speaker, featured on NBC, ABC, and CBS News. I help IT professionals achieve financial security by becoming cybersecurity specialists. If you want to join me on this journey, like this video and follow my channel by clicking the big red button below. Then hit the bell to be notified whenever I drop new career tips and strategies each week that will help you upgrade your IT job into a profitable cybersecurity career. Are you ready to get started? Let's jump right into tip number 1. So the first thing that you need to do is stop chasing IT certifications and focus on building skills and experience. All a certification is a piece of paper that indicates you passed an exam. That doesn't tell companies what kind of skills you have. It doesn't tell what kind of value that you bring. Let me tell you why. What you may or may not realize is there's actually companies online that you can pay money to go and pass the certification on your behalf. Wow. Beyond that, there's all these test dumps online. You could literally memorize what's going to come on the test and pass it. Does that really show knowledge comprehension? I think that we'll both agree the answer to that is no. And companies have caught on to this. And let me tell you, I've been burned by these people. We call them paper dragons. Paper dragons look really, really good on paper. They have all the certifications. They have all the quote unquote skills. But when you get them in the real world to do the work, they can't do it. One of the reasons why is most certifications are theory based. That's right. They're literally based on theory, not practical real world things that are going on today. So passing an exam, it doesn't prove that you have the skills, the knowledge to actually do the job. That just means that you passed the test. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that certifications are bad. What I'm saying is pursuing certifications instead of true skills is a flawed way of thinking. Now, if you want to go work in the government sector, which personally, I have no interest in doing, then by all means, pursue your IT certifications because you're going to need things like the Security Plus to work for the DoD. But as far as working in the public sector, where you have more freedom, flexibility, and you can control how much income you want, you don't need to chase after certifications. What you need to do is focus on building skills. Now, here is number 2, the second thing that you need to avoid. Solving small problems. This is going to make very, very much sense to you. Hopefully, I'm hoping it does, because the correlation is very simple. Solve small problems, you get a small paycheck. You see how that works? So let me give you some examples of what I mean by small problems. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful fashion. Just understand, technology and business go hand in hand. At the end of the day, technology only exists in companies to help bring them profit. So think about this. Let's talk about the world of support. Let's say that you're a server administrator. What happens when a server goes down? More than likely these days, that server is going to be super redundant. It's going to be clustered. Maybe there's 4 or 5 servers that are ready to take the load if one of the servers goes down. So if that happens, what are you really solving when that server goes down and automation brings it back up? What problem are you really solving? Let's say that you're working on a help desk. You have people that are phoning in because they have broken components and they need someone to walk them through the process. Click here, reboot this here. Did you do this? What happens if that phone call is missed? It's not a big impact to the business, to be honest. And that's why the paycheck is small. This is why there's high turnover, because there's millions of people that have these low-level skills that are competing for jobs at that level. But imagine if you flip that. What if you worked for a company and you worked in a cybersecurity framework and you focused on helping a company maintain compliance or adhering to that framework? What would the impact look like if the company failed that security assessment or that framework? Could it mean fines, penalties, loss of reputation, breach potential? Now we're solving big problems. And when we solve big problems, we get a big paycheck. That means more responsibility, but it also requires you to have more skills, not certifications, more skills. So that's where you need to switch your focus to. Solve big problems. And here is the final tip. One of the things that I feel is so important. Number 3, the biggest mistake to avoid is being a jack of all trades. And chances are you can probably help me finish the sentence that I'm going to say next. Jack of all trades, master of, you guessed it, none. Think about that as it relates to your IT career. Let me do you one better. Let's talk about construction. Who do you think gets paid more money and has the biggest impact? A general contractor or an electrician? Let me give you a second. It's the electrician. The electrician probably can do the same work that the general contractor can do, but that electrician has dedicated themselves to learning a specific discipline, mastery, a craft. And so now they can command a higher salary, more respect, and get paid because they have become a specialist. Think about that. You need to do the same thing with your IT career. Instead of being a server generalist, instead of being a network security generalist, become a specialist. Find a particular discipline to focus on. Maybe you want to be the Windows server security expert, right? Maybe you want to be the cybersecurity framework guru. Something very specific that you can do forward and backward in your sleep. That you can almost see the solution as soon as you see the problem because you're so intimately acquainted with it because of your mastery. You can't get this type of mastery from certifications. This comes from doing. This comes from hands-on experience. This comes from intentionality. Do you hear me? You can't just stumble on becoming a specialist. This requires intention. This requires you to intentionally focus on one thing, giving up all the shiny objects, all the new technology, all the certifications. Focus. This is what changed my life. I used to be a generalist. I knew Citrix, I knew Windows, I knew Linux, I knew networking. I knew all of that, and it got me nowhere. But when I started to focus on this one thing, this one cybersecurity framework, this PCI DSS framework, it changed my life. Now, I can still do all those other things that I mentioned, but it's not my focus. Companies don't call me or fly me around the world to help them fix server issues. Now, companies are flying me around the world because they want help to implement the controls, implement the processes to maintain compliance with this cybersecurity framework. And I'm no different from you. You can do the same. No, you don't have to go into PCI DSS. You don't have to go into security and compliance. That's my thing. But find your thing, make it your own, become a specialist. Become the go-to specialist for that, and that will completely change your life. Can we have a moment of honesty? Which one of these mistakes are you guilty of? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to see which ones are the most popular from the list. Now that you know which mistakes to avoid to build a profitable cybersecurity career, I want to invite you to a community of IT professionals who are building skills to grow six-figure cybersecurity careers. This group is called the IT Authority. It's a safe haven for IT guys to transform themselves into business technology professionals to establish career growth and impact. All you have to do is click the link in the description and answer a few questions, and boom, you're in the family. As a free gift for joining, I'll give you access to a powerful free training so that will give you the exact steps needed to upgrade your IT job into a six-figure cybersecurity career. So to join the group, just click the link below, grab your copy right in the welcome post. Before you head over to the group, let me know that you found this video useful by hitting the thumbs up button below and subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you're notified each week when I drop new career tips and strategies to help you break into a profitable cybersecurity career. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.